Alright, Gothic 2 Night of the Raven edition, which apparently is easier to actually get a hold of these days than the vanilla version, but whatever. So that's the only reason I'm running this version rather than the classic, but it is what it is. Anyway, I cut out the initial cutscene and exposition jump with Zardus just so we can talk about the challenge for a second. Because this is not going to be a standard playthrough. We're going to do a challenge run using only bows and crossbows. No swords, no magic of any kind. And that's going to be kind of tough and shitty because Night of the Raven is notoriously difficult, especially in comparison to Gothic 2 Classic. Because a lot of the enemies have increased armor values, and the dragons, which are the big boss fights, they have regenerating health. And whether or not I'm going to be able to do enough damage with bows and crossbows alone, that's up for debate, but we'll see. That's what makes it exciting, is we don't know if it's possible. And I've played Night of the Raven once or twice before, can't remember.
I know nothing about picking locks.
And I've played Gothic 2 maybe 3 or 4 times in the past, but like all of my playthroughs of this game were over 10 years ago.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Alright. So that's interesting. They changed the mechanics from Gothic 1. Before you could at least try to pick locks and you would just, leave a trail of broken picks everywhere you go. But now, until you learn the skill, it won't even let you try. Which I vaguely remember. This is not the way the game shipped. I've got a series of mods that I'm running to get it looking this good. And I will post all of those in the description below, just so people can replicate this. Basically, it's got the player kit, the patch 1.8, and the fix 2.6, I think, that goes with the player kit. And it's also got the 4GB patch, because the original version of the game will not use more than, I think, 2 gigs of RAM. So 4 is plenty. And I've also got the LHiver, I believe is what it's called, texture pack. And that really fleshes out the world a lot. It's a very impressive pack. We'll see once we step outside just how much that adds to the game. Although it's been a long time since I played the classic version in vanilla modes, so I don't actually know exactly how much has been added. I'm sure someone out there's done a side-by-side comparison. And there is a DirectX 11 mod that you can run as well. I have not installed it. I mean, I did. I installed it and uninstalled it. And basically, it was using most of my GPU power to run it. And there was like a few stutters here and there with the record software on top, so I uninstalled it again. It does make the lighting look quite a bit nicer, like almost modern-like. But, it doesn't add that much. It doesn't look that much worse without having it. It's just a little more bland, I guess we'll call it, without modern shading. But anyway. So, just like with the no swords or bows run that I did in Gothic 1, using bows only is going to mean that I have to avoid all combat until I can get my hands on a bow. I'm not sure how far in that's going to be. Shit. No. Oh, okay, right. I forgot. The jump is different in Gothic 2 than it is in Gothic 1. It doesn't go faster if you hop along. Which is good because it's less incentive to look stupid as you trot along. Okay, can you help me with this wolf?
One less monster around.
Cavalorn's from Gothic 1, and he's actually not here in Classic Gothic 2. He's part of the Night of the Raven expansion pack. And Night of the Raven is significantly more difficult than Classic, so if this challenge proves impossible in this mode, then I'll probably take a rerun at it in Gothic 2 Classic. But like I said, that's a little bit more of a chore to get going these days, just because all of the online stores have like Gold Edition only. So you have to like manually uninstall the Night of the Raven parts, which is kind of an extra pain in the ass. I do have an original copy of Gothic 2 Classic, but that's a little harder to get running as well on Windows 10. So hopefully I can just do it in this one, and then there's no need to revisit. Alright, Cavalorn. As soon as I'm done looting everything in sight.
Trouble? Damn. I don't know where they're all hiding. You kill one, and shortly afterwards they're all back again. Wait a moment. I know you. You're the fellow who was constantly baking arrows for me in the Valley of Mines.
Yes, I remember you.
Your name is Cavalorn, right?
Ah, I see you haven't forgotten me after all we went through in the cursed colony. Where are you heading?
To the city.
Well, well. To the city, eh? You may run into problems with the guards. They aren't letting just anyone in anymore, since the area here is swarming with bandits. In the past few days, one of those former psionics from the Valley of Mines came by here. He said he constantly goes in and out of Corinus. He went into the valley below the big tower. There must be a way in there somewhere near the waterfall. Maybe you should talk to the fellow.
Sounds like a plan.
Interesting armor you're wearing. Don't you belong to the Shadows anymore?
Shadows? They haven't existed since the fall of the barrier. The moment we could finally leave the Valley of Mines, there was no reason for me to stick with them. Now I work for the Water Mages. I belong to the Ring of Water.
You sound so exasperated, but that was literally only 2 weeks ago. Anyway.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
I'm not really allowed to talk about it. All I can do is send you to Vatras. He is the representative of the Water Mages in Corinus. The best thing would be to talk to him. Tell him you've come from me. Maybe he'll take you on as one of us. We urgently need more good people.
What are you doing here?
I'm sitting tight. If it hadn't been for these damn bandits, I wouldn't be here.
What was that about bandits?
Have you slept through the last few weeks?
Huh?
I'm talking about all the riffraff from the penal colony that are making themselves at home here in the area, plundering and murdering for all they're worth. I guess I'm lucky they didn't kill me. I let down my guard for one moment, and they clubbed me from behind. No idea how I'll get all my stuff back now.
You were robbed by the bandits?
Yes, they beat me down and tossed me to the goblins for lunch. It was damned important stuff. A letter and all my money. I absolutely have to get it back. But without someone to watch my back, I'm not going back there. That cowardly rabble.
Well, I can't help you now because I can't do shit without a weapon, so...
What are the Water Mages doing now?
They're up to something big. It has to do with an unknown region of the island.
An unknown region? Where is it supposed to be?
I can't tell you more. Talk to Vatras in Corinus.
Fine, fine. Well, let's go back to the tower and see what he was talking about. Someone with psionic... Memory serves, I think it's Lester. I'm gonna pick up everything because money shortage is a real thing at the beginning of this. No longer using ore as currency, it's now just standard gold. Since we're in the actual open world now, not in the prison colony. Shit. Can I lure you? Yeah. Come on. Come see my friend. This way. So yeah, the beginning cutscene that I removed was basically just Zardas reviving us or teleporting us out because there was
One less monster around.
the Temple of the Sleeper that we were in collapsed over us after we banished the Sleeper and the barrier fell down. and we were trapped under the entire ruins. So he teleported us out, which blew up the ore armor that we were wearing and left us very weak because it was a difficult process apparently. And I mean, we were 2 weeks under a bunch of rocks and shit, so the only reason that we were alive was because of the armor. That's cutscene 1. And now there's like a evil army, basically, of all the orcs and like other shit from the world that's coming in. Oh shit, do I get a bow already? Yeah! And they are being led by dragons, which is going to be a bit of a problem. I think we might actually get friends to fight the dragons with, but we'll see. So I've already got a bow. I don't know if that's 10% chance to hit or 10% chance to crit, but we don't have a whole lot of arrows. No, use the bow. Minimalist HUD, so we can't see how many arrows we've got. We just have to sort of remember. 7. Probably not going to go very far. And that is the other problem, is we're constantly going to have to worry about arrow inventory. Bows are supposed to be more of a secondary option, not, you know, your only option for combat. Oh shit, this was a mistake. Ow. I was like, oh, maybe this will go down to where Lester's hiding out. Shit, I took a wrong turn, didn't I? You betcha. Oh no! No! Fuck. Anyway, and the second cutscene for the Night of the Raven bit of the game is that there is a whole bunch of shit going down with Beliar, the god of darkness. Lots of unrest and statues coming to life in that unknown part of the island that Cavaloon was talking about. Anyway, we'll go talk to Zardus because I forgot to in the first place there and get the rest of the info from him. But basically, we've got to get the Eye of Innos from, well, it's being held in the city by the Paladins, and that will help with the dragon problem, presumably. At least that's what Zardus has to say. It's been a while, so I don't actually remember how it helps you.
Hey,
Okay.
what exactly is the Eye of Innos?
It's an amulet. Legend has it that Innos himself has poured part of his power into this amulet. It will restore some of your lost strength and help us defeat the dragons. It also has some other hidden powers. I shall tell you more about that once the amulet is yours.
Why would the Paladins give me the Eye of Innos?
Because you are the one who is destined to wear it.
How can you claim to know that?
There are a number of reasons, the most important being you have defeated the Sleeper. If you weren't a favorite of the gods, you'd be dead by now.
Let's assume you're right and I'm destined to bear the Eye of Innos. How would the Paladins know that's true?
The eye itself chooses the one who may wear it. Once you get hold of it and put it on, the Paladins cannot doubt your words any longer.
Where exactly are we?
As I already said, near the city of Corinus. I have rebuilt my tower here.
But it's only been a few days since we last saw each other in the Valley of Mines.
The servants I summoned to build my tower have done a thorough job.
You can say that again. Why is the Circle of Fire not supposed to know about you?
I used to be a high member of the Circle. Even then I suspected that demon magic might be the key to the magic barrier. But I could never have convinced the other members of the Circle to follow this path. So I left the Circle in order to study the black arts. That is a crime for which the fire magicians, the ordained of Innos, the ever good and virtuous, will accept no excuse. They are certain that I'm still alive, but they have no idea where to find me, and that's a good thing too.
So what should we do next?
We shall proceed as planned. There's no other way. You can go get yourself the Eye of Innos, and I shall keep looking for answers.
I like how he's just so dismissive, like, yeah, you can go get yourself the Eye of Innos. That's like the first half of the game is getting a hold of the amulet. Well, first third, maybe. And in Night of the Raven, it's probably the first quarter. There's a lot of extra content. Which is good. I mean, there's a reason why Gothic 2 is kind of the one that everyone's held up as their general favorite. They took everything that was good about Gothic 1 and just continued expanding and building off of it. And it really, really shows. Every single one of the mechanics, like you can full on build up your sword crafting abilities. It's not just that, okay, you can craft a crude sword with X, Y, and Z process. There's recipes and stuff. Alchemy is a thing. Rune crafting's a thing, if memory serves. If you're a mage. Hello.
Hey, where do you come
Oh, I remember this.
I've come from the mountains.
Exactly. You come from the mountains, and that is bad for you. Very bad. They're looking for you. A whole bunch of evil guys. There's someone here you absolutely have to talk to. Follow me.
No, I remember how this goes.
Maybe later.
There won't be a later for you, pal.
Yeah, I thought so. You think 7 arrows will kill this guy? I highly doubt it. Oh, shit.
Stop right there, you lowlife!
No, attack the other guy. Fuck. No. Damn it. Damn it. Leave me alone. I really wish I didn't botch going up there. Go away. Go away. Okay. Ow! Shit! Please tell me I can't get up here. Fuck! I can't die in the first 10 minutes. No. Please. Go away. The jumping does not make me faster, but it does make me less of a target. Okay, good. You get him. Oh, they like sheep. Huh. I'm stuck. Okay.
One less monster around.
Alright.
Hey, stranger. You can be glad you didn't come by here 3 weeks ago. We would have taken you for an escaped convict. And we made short work of those. You look completely done in. What do you want here?
How funny. I'm not a convict at all.
I was attacked by bandits in the mountains.
Those filthy rabble. They were probably the same bastards who took one of our sheep last night. You had terrific luck. Most people don't get away alive.
I know the hideout of the bandits.
Do you want to attack them? Count me out. It's much too dangerous. Besides, I have to watch over my sheep. But if you think you can get the riffraff off our backs, the whole farm would be very grateful to you.
Okay.
I need better equipment.
I can imagine. But I tell you right now, we don't have anything to give away. If you can pay for what you want, Lobart will sell you something. Otherwise, go to him and ask him if he has work for you.
I'm on my way to town.
The way you look, you'll have to bribe the guards to get in. And you have to know what they want to hear.
And that would be?
Well, for example, that you're from Lobart's farm and want to go to the smith in the city. But that won't do you any good. You don't look like a farmer.
I see.
Well, well.
Where can I find Lobart?
Well, on the farm, of course. The farm belongs to him. And don't try messing with him. He's thrashed a lot of tramps and thrown them off his farm.
Malith. Well, let's stop bleeding out. Probably should have cooked that. And that was probably a waste. But yeah, doing a magic only run would not be nearly that much of a challenge in this game because we've already got tons of scrolls and all I did was raid Zardo's tower. So that's why we're doing something different. What the fuck, dude? Just talk to me.
Why are you hanging around on my land? Whose side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
Sure.
I'm for the peasants.
Ha! That damned warmonger Onar will drag us all into the grave. What do you think? How long will the paladins just stand by? After what Onar has done, the whole city is in an uproar.
Well, now we're having a conversation I don't know anything about. So...
What's going on here anyway?
Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? We're on the edge of a civil war. Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation. But since the paladins have come to Corinthus, the city guards visit us more and more often. And little by little, they're taking everything. If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. Onar was the first of them.
Tell me more about this Onar.
Onar is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Who are those mercenaries that Onar hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
I like how everyone just shit talks you and you can't say a word. Yeah.
I need some sensible clothes.
I can give you clean farmer's work clothes. Can you pay for them then? Well, you could work off a part of the price, if you're someone who is looking for work.
Alright.
I'm looking for work.
I can't use another farm hand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field. And there are certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give you a few decent things to wear. The things are worth a fair bit. I can't give them to you for nothing, but I can sell them to you cheap if you work for me. By the looks of you, I should say, take the clothes. Anyway, the small turnip field next to the barn needs to be harvested.
Okay. Yeah, fuck
All
it.
right.
Then hurry it up a bit before I change my mind.
Alright. This is the turnip field. Yeah. Some tedious tasks like in the first Gothic, but at least you don't have to open up dialogue for the tedious task. Because there was the water sharing out and the weed sharing out in Gothic 1, and every single one of them you had to go into a conversation and then go through the dialogue. I mean, you could skip through the dialogue, but still, much lengthier process than just picking up some turnips. I think that's all of them. Nope. Nope, nothing there. Okay. I'm using the tank controls rather than mouse control just because the strafing does not let you do diagonal and it's really wonky feeling, so this is just more intuitive for me. Here you go.
Here are your turnips.
Well, that's not even 20 of them. Did you eat the rest? I hope not, buddy. Otherwise, you can forget your pay. Get out there and get more. Go back to work, or I'll make you.
Such a rude bastard. Alright, fuck. This is the field, though. What? There's no more turnips here. There... Another... Oh, this looks like... Oh, there's fucking turnips over here, too. Why didn't he say this 2 small gardens rather than the little garden? That's you not being very explanatory, you fucking prick. Although a modern game would just signpost this and it would be completely idiot-proof. Pretty sure it was supposed to just be not super intuitive. Just to lend itself to the world building a little bit more like that. Probably 100% intentional. Doesn't make you less of a prick, Lobart.
Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife in the house and tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
I can give you 5 gold pieces, or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
5 is nothing.
Make me a better price for the togs.
Good. I'll give them to you for 10 gold pieces less.
That's a much better value. All right.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't. But you can ask my wife or the boys in the fields. Maybe they need some help.
Alrighty then. Your wife is like 20 feet away. You could have easily come in here. Anyway.
Hey, you! I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
This is very humbling at the beginning of the game, considering I just finished the last one by defeating a giant demon and an entire clan of friggin' psychotic warriors. But it makes it so that you could pick this up as your first time with the series and, holy shit, not have too much of a problem. Alright. Alright.
One less monster
Wow.
around.
He took them apart.
Psst. Hey, you. Come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy, too. Listen, you look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool. I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah.
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts, and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct, and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
What about bribery?
Well, if that worked for me, I'd have tried it already.
I'll have to think about it first.
All right, but hurry up about it. I've got no time to lose.
Alright, I kind of remember him. I'm pretty sure he's with the Night of the Raven expansion. He's not part of the classic game. Oh shit, this is actually not bad. Alright. That's problematic. So I've got 2 arrows left. But I'm up 60 experience, so... Getting arrows, getting enough arrows, that is going to be one hell of a challenge. I might end up having to run bow and crossbow.
Who
You
do
look
we
like a
have
merchant.
here? You're on your way to the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. With this scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
So, fun fact, this guy's a fucking bastard, and even if you say no, later he'll corner you in the city, and he'll make you the same deal without giving you the pass. He'll just make you do the same favor. And if you don't do it, then he'll turn on you. I think he has some guys mug you, whatever the hell, but anyway.
There must be a catch to this.
No, no catch. You will merely owe me a favor.
How will you get into town?
The guards know me. I will simply tell them that I have lost my pass.
What do you want for your pass?
I knew you were the right man. Listen, you will get the pass from me, now.
Just like that?
Just so. But if I meet you in the city, you owe me a favor. Do we have a deal?
Sure. Give me that paper.
Here, be careful with that. It is very valuable. One more thing. Don't even think about breaking your word. As a merchant, I have a great deal of influence in the city. And it wouldn't go well for you. Believe me.
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
Yeah, he was gonna threaten me no matter what, eventually. I do remember that, because I tried being a nice person once. Actually,
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
let's just pawn some shit off on him, since I don't need any weapons. Except for my bow. They changed the controls up, and I don't know if that's for... like, Night of the Raven, or just in Gothic 2, or the mods.
Suit yourself.
But it's no longer hold control and press forward to do something, you just press control and it happens. Which is probably more intuitive for literally everyone on the planet except for me. But because I grew up with the old format, it's a little more confusing. I also spent a lot more time playing Gothic 1 than I did Gothic 2, obviously, so that's probably the other reason. And I just don't know this game quite as well as I do the original. But that's fine, it'll make for an interesting challenge. Here's your pan.
Here's your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
Why is everyone such an asshole?
Can you give me something to eat?
You can come back for more tomorrow.
Alright. Okay. So we worked for him and his wife, and I think I can go ask some of these guys. Somebody with a name, presumably. You, wow. Why are you all capitals?
And how goes the work?
Same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
Yeah, that's about the attitude of the world we live in right now.
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you. If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable.
He offered to sell me some clean clothes cheap if I helped out on the farm.
Well, I don't have anything for you to do, but you can bring me and the boys something to drink. Fetch me a bottle of wine, and I'll tell Lobart you were a real help to us.
Okay. Do I have wine? Did I find wine? I have gin, not wine. I could buy some off of Canther, but I'm pretty sure he knocks like half of the price off of the clothes of what you would pay for it, so it's not worth buying it. You could also literally just pinch the clothes off of him because the chest isn't locked, but I'm gonna try to be nice-ish.
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. You've worked the field for me. You helped my wife. 50 gold pieces.
Sure.
Give me the work clothes then.
There's a chest in my house where you'll find clean things. But don't even think about taking anything else without asking.
That's not an option though, so I'm probably just gonna take everything. Is he really gonna notice? Oh, there's like nothing in here. Just in case you're an asshole. Okay, so now I have two methods to get into the city, and I'm going to give one of them to Greg. Now, what's better? Do I give him the pass? Probably, actually, yeah, and then just keep the farmer's clothes, because at least these are armor. for weapons and arrow. Yeah, that's the way to go. Hello.
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
I have a pass for the city.
Oh, I see. I'm supposed to act like I'm a citizen of the town, or what? Take a look at me, boy. Nobody's going to believe that.
Damn it. Okay, fine.
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmers' clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
Yeah, he can become part of your crew if memory serves at the end, because at the end of the game you have to collect up a whole bunch of friends to sail to find the final boss, and he's one of the guys you can get.
What is it?
You aren't getting in here, my boy.
Why not?
Looking the way you do, you're sure to cause nothing but trouble here, boy. And we got enough rabble in the city. We have no use for people without money.
Well, I have a pass.
I've got a pass.
Really? And who you kill for that, you cutthroat?
Now, will you let me pass or not?
Well, go on in before I change my mind.
All right then.
That's not what I heard.
Halt,
Lothar.
stranger. I am Lothar, paladin of the king and humble servant of Innos,
Nothing surprising.
your lord. Our commander, Lord Hagen, has entrusted me with the task of explaining to all newcomers the new laws which apply to all inhabitants of the city.
Since people have started simply vanishing all over this town, everyone needs to watch out that they don't suffer the same fate.
Well, that was quite the voice change. I think because those lines were added in for Night of the Raven after the fact. So...
I have an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
The Honorable Lord Hagen is not receiving anyone. Lord Andre, the commander of the city guard, is responsible for all issues pertaining to the common folk.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Listen, the city is threatened by dragons.
That can't be true. Another lunatic. We have enough unrest in the city as it is. And without some dimwit scaring people with fairy tales about dragons, I immediately locked up the last person who was here telling dragon tales and sent him to the Valley of Mines with the prison transport. So mind your tongue. We can't use anyone here who spreads panic among the people.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Somebody already reported the dragons here?
Yes. The fellow's name was Diego. I think so, in any case. I warned him just like you. But the lunatic just wouldn't stop getting on my nerves.
Our old buddy.
I have come to get the Eye of Innos.
The sacred Eye of Innos? How do you know about that? You're not a member of the Order.
A magician told me about it.
I don't know what his motives were when he entrusted one of the secrets of our Order to you. But he certainly didn't mean for you to get your fingers on it.
But
I don't want to hear any more about it. First you start with fairy tales about dragons, and then this. Incredible.
That's not what I heard.
The townspeople are simply disappearing?
Yes, it seems to be more every day. It's most annoying that the militia have still not been able to discover what's behind these strange occurrences. Small wonder that the town's inhabitants are very wary of strangers right now. So don't provoke them when you're in town, understood?
Listen to me.
Who says things like that?
all right, explain the rules of the city to me.
First, the Honorable Paladin Lord Hagen resides in the upper quarter, along with his troops. That is why access to the upper quarter is allowed only to honorable citizens. Second, the town hall in the upper quarter is now the command post of the Paladins. Only the Paladins themselves and members of the militia have access to it. And third, whoever is accused of a crime must exonerate himself with the commander of the militia. Any questions?
Nobody ever
Okay, so this is setting you up very clearly because there's a multiple faction system in this as well. It's very clearly setting you up to become a member of the militia.
How do I become a citizen of the town?
Only those with regular jobs will be considered citizens of the town. But don't think that you'll be admitted to Lord Hagen just because you're a citizen of the town. As a citizen, you have access to the upper quarter, nothing more. Only as a member of the militia will you have access to the town hall.
It was just like you said.
Where can I find work?
You'll have to apply as an apprentice to one of the masters here in the lower part of the city. As soon as a master accepts you, you are a citizen of the town. However, the other masters must agree to it. That's the custom here in Corinth. If you were thinking about looking for work in the Harbor District, forget it. The scum of the city live there. Don't even go there. You would regret it.
It's gonna get even worse.
Alright then. As with all harbor districts. Okay,
How do I get accepted into the militia?
By express command of Lord Hagen, only citizens of the town will be admitted into the militia.
I see.
If you want to know more, speak to Lord Andre in the barracks.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Where can I spend the night here?
If you're looking for a place to sleep, go to the hotel directly across from the barracks. The paladins pay for the lodging of all travelers who come to the city. The traveling traders from the marketplace are also lodged there.
alright, I think that's enough.
I've got to go.
If I hear one more time that you are telling people here about dragons, you will be in big trouble. Do I make myself clear?
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yes, Lothar. Okay, so that's the upper quarter. You need to be a citizen to get up there.
No, he insisted.
I can't remember exactly, but I think we have to become a citizen no matter what. And then there's 3 options for the factions. You can join the militia of the city, or you can join the mercenaries that are protecting the farmers, or you can join the magicians.
I never knew that.
The deadly arrow.
I've got my own opinion about
Welcome to my shop, stranger. I am Basper. I craft bows and trade in furs. What brings you to Corinth?
Now, he's one of the masters, and you have to apprentice under somebody to be a citizen, and it only makes sense to apprentice under the guy that makes bows if we're going to only use bows.
I need to get into the upper quarter.
Where the paladins are? Forget it. You need to be a respected citizen here, or at least hold a decent job. As a stranger, you stand no chance of getting in.
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. The last one just gave up his job 2 days ago. Do you know anything about hunting then?
Well...
I could teach you how to skin animals. I'll pay you well for every skin you bring me.
Alright.
I want to start as your apprentice.
Before I take you on, I need to know, of course, whether you're any good at all.
What do you want me to do for you?
I will teach you how to skin an animal, and you will bring me, let's say, 6 wolf skins. Then I'll know that you have learned your trade. If it doesn't take you forever, and if the skins are in acceptable condition, I will take you on if you like.
So his trade is more hunting than bow making, but whatever. It's fine. It's all related.
Why did your apprentice give up his job?
All he said was that it had become too dangerous out there. If you're really interested, then you can ask him yourself. His name is Bartok. He's probably hanging out near Corrigan's Tavern. Go through the underpass from the smithy, then you're headed straight for it.
Will do. Okay, teach me.
Teach me how to skin animals.
Oh.
Come back once you have more experience.
Fine.
Show me your wares.
So we can get a protective belt, a ring of decks, and arrows. Alright, what have I got for money? Huh. Not a whole lot. Might take up thieving just to pay for shit.
We can only wait and see.
Alright, let's just take a look around the city then. We'll just see what there is. So this is the smithy. You can also sign up under him. And I believe... yeah, this is the alchemist. He's kind of a dick.
I'm not giving anything away.
Evidently. And I don't think you can... like, it's a chore to try to be his apprentice, but he will eventually take you on.
I'm looking to become an apprentice.
Really? And with whom are you gonna sign up?
I want to sign up with one of the other masters.
You have come to ask my approval? As far as I'm concerned, you can sign up with whoever you like.
Yeah, like you really have to bend over backwards to impress him, but I think in like classic Gothic 2, you can exploit...
You look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right? Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot... apparently, those guys were looking for you.
Wow, that was a bit of a graphical glitch, probably because we're in the underpass. I'm gonna pretend it didn't happen.
No, you've got to be mistaken. Everything's fine with me.
Whatever you say, stranger. But if... and strangers who bring trouble into the city don't stay here long. I hope I'm...
Okay, I'm not sure what the fuck's going on there with that conversation, but
Wait a
whatever.
minute.
What do you know about the bandits?
What do you know about the bandits?
They've all come from that blasted mining colony. But there are several splinter groups. Some are holed up in the mountains, and others have joined up with NOTR, the landowner. But it's the bandits outside of town who cause the most problems. They're the reason that none of the merchants venture beyond the city gates now.
Where did the bandits who had my wanted poster come from?
Aha! So it is your mug after all. Why didn't you admit that right away, huh? What are you wanted for?
I don't know, honest.
Yeah, I know. Let me tell you something. If I thought you were in cahoots with those bandits, you'd already be cooling your heels in the slammer. Understood? Still, I'd better report this incident to Lord Andre. But to answer your question, we picked them up near the landowner's place. But they didn't look like NOTR's people. I think they're part of a smaller group which is holed up in the mountains near NOTR's farm. But if you intend to go there, let me warn you. Those cutthroats make short work of everyone.
I'll remember that.
Alright, so... I mean, they added like 40 pounds to him, but it's definitely him. This is the underpass, so we could probably talk to Bartok somewhere around here. He should be in the tavern, right? Nope. Huh. Have you seen a guy named Bartok around here? No, I don't want to drink. But yeah, in Night of the Raven, they add more than just the 3 factions. You can join the Water Mages. I think... I can't remember if the guards of the Water Mages, like what Cavalorn was, is a separate group or if they're part of the same thing. Oh, there you are. And there might be another faction I don't remember.
How's it going?
You're not from around here, are you? Never mind. Neither am I.
Where did you hang around before?
In the woods, hunting scavengers and wolves together with some hunters. But I gave it up. These are dangerous times. There's a lot of riffraff running around out there.
Where can I find the other hunters?
We had our camp outside near the tavern halfway to NOTR's farm. But I don't know whether there's anyone left in the camp now. There used to be 2 of us here in town, until a few days ago. My friend Trokar is an excellent hunter.
Yeah, the disappearing people's definitely part of Night of the Raven.
Can you teach me something about hunting?
I can teach you how to sneak properly and how to handle a bow. If you want to learn how to skin an animal, go to Bosper. He's the one who taught me.
Bosper said you used to work for him.
Yes, I did, but he was only interested in his blasted hides. I told him how dangerous it's gotten out there. He didn't really listen to me. Well, anyway, he paid well. I can't complain about that.
Can you tell me anything else about him?
Vosper had one of his bows stolen recently in broad daylight. Some guy just waltzed into his store, took a bow, and left. The thieves are getting more and more brazen.
So, where is your friend Trokar now?
Well, it's a curious story. Only a few days ago, we were both standing at the bar in Corrigan's Tavern, discussing the hunt. Don't ask me what happened next. I had had a few by then. I vaguely remember Trokar saying that he was going out to get a few swampweed reefers. He never came back.
He sounds weirdly happy about that.
Where does one get swampweed reefers?
Somewhere down at the harbor, as far as I know.
Didn't you go looking for him?
No, but I reported it to the militia. But they haven't been able to find him yet. I hope he didn't get attacked by a wolf, or worse. I'm afraid that I'll stumble over his body someday when I'm out hunting. I don't think I could bear that.
Don't tell me you didn't know.
You're a strange man.
That'll only cause more trouble.
Why don't we go hunting together?
With two, it isn't so dangerous, that's true. Do you know anything about hunting then? I mean,
No.
Do you know how to skin an animal?
No.
Then it wouldn't be worth it. Come back when you learn something.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Maybe. So yeah, buddies are a thing.
By the explicit order of the honorable
Everybody moves around on their own independent schedules. Like, Gothic 1 had a fair bit of that, but it's definitely built upon a lot more in Gothic 2. It's a thing that always confused me about, like, the Elder Scrolls games, because in Oblivion, they advertised the living crap out of that. And I grew up playing the Gothic games, so when I read about that, I was like, but that already exists, doesn't it? Anyway, it's nighttime now, so we'll just explore a little more.
What can I do for you?
And then we'll wrap up. What do you got for me?
I can offer you everything you need to survive in the wild. Weapons, torches, provisions, even armor. I still have a special piece in stock. Double hardened armor of snapper leather, still unused. Interested?
How much? 250. Okay, that's pretty reasonable. I mean, that's the same as what they started out in Gothic.
What do you know about paladins?
Since these bastards have come to the city, I've had nothing but trouble. The last time I was headed for the upper end of town, the guards flat out stopped me and asked me what was my business there.
And?
Of course they let me in. I had my shop in the city when most of those pompous asses were still chasing pigs with wooden swords. And yesterday, the bastards came and confiscated half of my goods.
Really?
The paladins seized your goods.
Everything I had stored in the backyard. They simply posted a guard in front of the entrance to the yard. If I'm lucky, they won't take everything. At least they might leave the armor here.
Ah, so they got the armor.
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
What? What are you going to do there?
I've got an important message.
Well, well. Have you tried getting past the guards?
I don't see why I should even try.
You're probably right. I don't know how important your message is, and it's none of my business. But even if you told them that a ship full of orcs just anchored in the harbor, they'd send you away. Because they have their orders.
So can you help me get into the upper quarter?
It seems to be really important to you. The question is, how important is it to you?
What are you getting at?
I can help you. After all, I'm one of the most influential people here. But it'll cost you.
How exactly can you help me?
Quite simple. I'll use my influence to see to it that one of the master craftsmen here takes you on as an apprentice. As such, you'll practically be a citizen of the city and can enter the upper quarter. Besides
come
which,
on.
you'll earn something while you're at it.
Well, fuck you. Although I might have to come back for his approval to sign up with Bosper, so... But yeah, this is the guard, and I think the armor's back there.
No one may enter the storeroom!
Why can't anyone enter the storeroom?
The Honorable Lord Hagen has confiscated the goods for the King's army.
Simple enough. I vaguely remember sneaking back there, though. Don't remember how I pulled that one off. Maybe I'll learn how to sneak and then figure it out. But I don't think I have... Yeah, I still don't have any learning points, so we're gonna have to go find a way of rustling up some experience. That'll be task 1. Shit, maybe I should have said I wanted to sign up with Constantino.
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. Brian will have finished his apprenticeship soon, and then he'll leave the city. Are you good for anything?
If you mean, do I know blacksmith's work?
No, that's not what I meant. Sooner or later, the orcs are going to lay siege to the city, and then the only men who will count will be those who are in a position to defend our city. And I won't take on anyone as an apprentice who will disgrace me by fleeing the city with the women and the good-for-nothings, instead of holding the fort here with the men.
Alright, Mr. Toxic Masculinity. No.
I'm not a good-for-nothing.
Those are big words. Can you back them up with big deeds?
What are you getting at?
Bring me an orc's weapon. Orcs have been seen near the city. With a bit of luck, you won't have to search for long. If you manage to bring one down, I'll take you on as an apprentice, provided the other masters agree.
I have a hard time believing even you could bring down a fucking orc with your no weapon and no armor. Fine. But I'm pretty sure there's a cave somewheres around here that has just a weapon lying in it. Memory serves. Hey, can you give me a task?
I want to sign up with you as an apprentice.
With me? No! I have already had the dubious pleasure once of grappling with an apprentice. That's quite enough for me. I invested several years in his education, and in the end, the poor fool up and poisoned himself. Go sign up with one of the other masters.
Fuck, I don't know. Maybe I'll only pursue this if I'm desperate. Which I'm not just yet. Brian. Oh, that's his apprentice.
Hey, you're new in town, huh?
Yes, and what about you?
I've come from the mainland, and now I'm hanging around here. I'm almost out of gold, so all I can do now is join the militia, I guess. But I don't want to do that. I won't be slaughtered by those orcs on the king's behalf.
Don't tell this to anyone.
What can you tell me about the militia?
One of the paladins has taken command. A certain Lord Andre. He's trying to mobilize half the city in case the orcs attack. But you need to be a citizen of the town in order to be admitted. As far as I know, if you're not a citizen, you can train anyway. But you won't be officially admitted.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Alright, fine.
We can only wait and see.
Vatras can fill us in on the water mage crap.
Hey, you!
Adanos be with you.
Who are you?
I am Vatras, a servant of Adanos, the guardian of the divine and earthly equilibrium. What can I do for you?
He listened to the wrong people.
Tell me about the Ring of Water.
And why would I do that?
Cavalorn sent me to you.
And what did he tell you?
He said you're in dire need of more good people.
Aha. So, you want to join us, son?
Maybe. Actually not, because... Yeah. I don't need magic. Fuck it. Maybe we'll come back later. So yeah, I still don't know which faction I'm gonna join. They're like setting you up to join the Paladins the same way they set you up to join the old camp in Gothic 1, but it's obviously not the only path. I might join the Dragon Hunters and the Mercenaries, just because I know they've got really good crossbows and shit. But I'm not sure what the other factions are. I think they set across from... Okay. These are the barracks, I think. Just trying to remember what's his face said. Yeah, okay, there's a bed on the side. This is where we can spend the night.
Ah, customer, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for a room.
Ah, you're in the right place then.
One of the paladins told me that I could spend the night here for free.
Yes, yes. Just go up the stairs. We still have 1 or 2 beds free.
Why do the paladins pay for everything?
I don't know what that's all about either. For one thing, I think they want to get all the poor suckers off the streets so they don't make any mischief. And for another, they want to get on the good side of the traveling traders. Now that the farmers are rebelling, we have to rely on the traders for provisions. Besides, I think they want to improve the morale in the city a bit. Lord Andre has even arranged for free beer to be given out at the Gala Square.
Who's staying here at the moment?
Almost all of them are traveling traders from the market.
Aha.
Don't even think about messing with their stuff. I don't want any trouble here.
I make no promises whatsoever. I don't really care about that though. So let's just go find a place to sleep. So day 1's done. We've already got ourselves a bow and we've got 2 whole arrows left. But I'm sure we will make that situation slightly better tomorrow. So, fuck, there's nothing to steal up here. Fine. So, anyway. Hope you're intrigued as to where this challenge ends up going. I don't know if it's possible, and that's just something we'll have to figure out together. So, like the video, subscribe to see where things go, and have a good one.